What's up guys, my name is Ace, and welcome to today's episode of Call of Duty Ghosts Maps Exposed. The series where I cover all of the jumps, spots, lines of sight, as well as dynamic map elements on every map in Call of Duty Ghosts. Today I have sort of a special episode for you guys. I have the first out of 4 of the new Onslaught DLC maps, and that is Fog. Let's get into it. Alright, so starting it off, this map actually has some great capture spots for Domination. So for the A flag, I like to capture right next to this railing of the stairs right here. It's not usually the first place that people look, and it gives you quite a bit of cover there, so it's a pretty good spot to capture from. Moving on to the B flag, this is probably the best flag as far as Domination capture spots go in this entire game. One thing you might not be aware of if you're new to this map is you can actually capture from outside of this burning building here. So you don't actually have to be within there, you can capture just outside the walls. So there are a ton of options available to you by doing that. And you can also jump right up onto this wall right here, and then edge your way up and use this tree branch for cover. This is a great way to capture, and a lot of people don't expect this yet. In addition to this, you can actually jump right up on top of this wall right here as well if they're coming from that direction. Or you can jump on top of this wall right here if you expect them to be coming from the cave area. And finally, you can actually jump right up on top of this wall as well and capture from there. You're pretty exposed up here, but you might want to try it out in a certain situation. Finally, for the C flag, this one's pretty straightforward. If the enemies are coming from this direction, I like to capture from behind this rock here. If they're coming from this direction, however, I love to capture from behind this tree right here. You can actually capture by laying down right here, and they won't really expect you there. Right next to the C flag here is actually the one dynamic map element on this map. As you can see, there's a skull there, so you can breach that open. And I'll go over to the other side and show you where it takes you to. It's actually an underground passage that takes you up into this house here. All you have to do is destroy one or the other. It could be either this side or that side, and it will automatically destroy the other side. So by me blowing this up, you'll see that I actually have also destroyed that door by the C flag as well. This is actually a really handy passageway to get between A and C really quickly. Now getting way behind C here, if you want to defend the C flag, this is a pretty campy spot, but maybe you're sniping and you want to defend that C flag, you can actually get a line of sight right through this window and the doorway there, right onto the C flag. I wouldn't recommend this in most cases, but it is nice to know that it's there. Now getting over to the campsite on the other side of the map, there are a few ways to get on top of this trailer right here. The first one is fairly obvious. You can jump from this ridge straight on top of the trailer. Second one is the ladder right here, once again pretty obvious. And finally, one that you might not know about is you can jump on top of this car and then just jump across and up on top of the trailer. And this trailer is great for getting a line of sight over towards A as you come around this corner. And it's also great to get a line of sight between these trees right here on people that'll be coming through that area. Now, a great counter to that top trailer spot is actually in this shed here. You can look through this window right here. And it may not look like you can see much, but if they are standing or crouching on top of that trailer, you're very likely going to be able to see them. And you'll be able to pick them off and they'll have no idea what hit them. Right over by the A flag right here, I'm sure most of you guys are aware that you can jump on top of this railing, jump on top of this roof right here, and then jump in the window. That's pretty straightforward, but I have a little bit of a faster way. You can actually just jump straight over top of this railing and mantle onto the roof. I know it may not seem like much, but every second counts in Call of Duty. In the burning part of this building right here, if you want to get a line of sight on the people that are coming from the middle cave area, you can actually shoot right through this glass here. The glass doesn't break, so you will lose a little bit of bullet damage, but your bullets will still go through. If you don't want to lose any bullet damage, you can actually back off to right up here and get a line of sight that way. And then also from here, you can look through these planks right here and get lines of sight towards that ridge. So from this ridge right here, if you want to get on top of that roof right there, a little bit of a creative way is you can actually go around here, jump on top of this branch, and then get on top of the roof that way. But I don't really recommend that, as you can just basically mantle up from right here. One thing that this tree is useful for is if you expect enemies to be coming out of the cave right there and you're on top of this ridge, you can actually jump on top of this rock right here and look through the branches. It offers you great cover and you'll be really hard to see through there. As a reverse to that, if the enemies are on that ridge over there or they're coming from that direction, you can jump on top of the branch of this tree right back here, and you can use the limbs of the tree as cover as you fight against people that are across there. Now right over here between A and C, if enemies are coming through this passageway right here, a great way to take them by surprise is to actually jump on top of this rock from the ridge right here. And this is just a place that they don't often look first, so it gives you maybe that half second of advantage that you need to be able to win that gunfight. And you don't actually have to jump from the ridge, it's just easier that way, but you can just run up the rock as well. In the cave area, right next to this big pit of doom right here, You can actually get a line of sight over top of this rock and sort of head glitch over the rock by going on top of this broken tree right here. You can look right over top of there and you actually get a really nice line of sight on people that are on the other side. And if you want from here, you can also jump across to that rock safely. So finally, right by the B flag here on the bridge, you can get a great line of sight with a sniper rifle or maybe an assault rifle over to that area there towards the campsite. So you can really lock down that B flag from on top of this bridge right here. So unfortunately, that's all I have for this episode of Maps Exposed. This map doesn't really offer a ton of great spots or lines of sight. It's pretty basic and straightforward as far as that goes. There are a ton of Easter eggs on it, which I didn't cover in this map, and that's more the highlight of this map. It's not so much the crazy lines of sight and jumps that you can do, so we're just going to have to live with that. For the next episode, let me know which one of the Onslaught DLC maps you want to see me cover next. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you guys next time.